and send this one away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
Set 90 Wolf.
Watch it smooth. Watch it slant.
Mike, 53. 53. Mike.
In your face.
Hey, Zoo. Let's go.
They go play action with Stidham. And his first pass is incomplete.
I think we'll see more of them trying to get him the football out of the backfield. They love what he can do in open space, and they believe that he creates mismatches they can exploit.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25.
Switch up.
Again on 2nd and 10, it's Stidham. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
Well, it's easy to see when we review this that the ball needs to come out quicker, because if you don't throw it right on the break, you bring a crowd of people into the equation.
And that's why it got knocked away there. So now an early 3rd and 10 here on their opening drive.
It's our time, guys. It's our time.
Get it.
Sony Michel, his first carry. And they're going to get him down well short of the first as he can only get this to the 30. It'll be a gain of 5, and the punt team will now come out on 4th down.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
A good kick, 49 yards, just 3 on the return. And the Browns will take over, 1st and 10. Mayfield going to lead the Browns up now, 1st and 10 at their own 21.
Hurry. Hey, on 133.
No. Check 3. Check nickel.
Now problems right out of the gate. We're going to get a delay. And that'll be accepted, of course, and that moves him back 5. So a little bit of a stiffer challenge now. 1st and 15 following the delay of game. From the shotgun, it's Mayfield. He's got the hook up to Odell Beckham. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. A good play there as the Browns strike for 16 and a 1st down. Just the first quarter, but tackling going to be so important going forward. They've got to limit plays like that.
And that's something when you see it happen early in the game and they don't get him on the ground, you can always tell that they were concerned about it going in. Because I can just tell you from my days, I remember being in college and worrying all off-season about our season-open opponent, and they had a receiver that could shake and bake with the best of them. I tackled him on the first pass of the game, and the relief was incredible. I ended up having a pretty decent ball game. But if I had missed him, it would have been a long night.
And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. A good pickup there for the Browns, 15 yards. Well, no slow start here. A couple nice chunk plays back-to-back.
I love the momentum that they're showing here early because they did it both ways, right? Threw the ball on 1st down for a nice chunk of yardage. Came right back and ran the ball. Looks like they've got the defense set back on their heels. Let's see if they can keep this moving.
Mayfield on first down. The ball popped in the air and intercepted. Picked off by Duron Harmon. And they take possession 2 yards away from midfield at the 48-yard line. How big is that penalty? Wipe out the INT.
You'd hate to be the teammate that caused that penalty and wiped out the interception. You got to face that guy in the locker room. Not a lot of fun for you, and you hurt your squad.
Hurry, hurry!
50 wants the ball.
Hurry!
50 wants the ball. Here it comes, here it comes.
Go, hurry, hurry!
Hey, it's coming up.
That's it!
Mayfield hands it off to Chubb. Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. No gain on the play. It'll be second down. And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle, that's what we saw right there.
Yeah, and that's what their job is. And really, a lot of the time, they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game because you know those defensive ends, they're like in a sprinter stance. They're just headed straight for the quarterback. That was good recognition on that play to hold him to no gain.
That one, a gain of 20 and a first down.
First down, Cleveland.
Set! 180!
54 Mike.
All day, dog.
Hey, watch it, watch it.
He's coming, he's coming, he's coming.
Run, run, run.
On first down, they'll run with Chubb. And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. It's a loss of 4 on the first down play.
I know when I was a kid, I always got real excited when I saw those lateral-type runs. But the best backs that made it happen, they put a foot in the ground and just go. That didn't happen there. That play got swallowed up.
Watch the before, watch the before. Watch the run. Kill, 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 kill.
King, king, king!
Tight dog, tight dog, tight dog.
They go with Chubb on second down. And he'll be brought down right at midfield after a gain of only a couple.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size and these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game.
Point it right, point it right, point it right.
He didn't even try to signal for a timeout, so they must have not been aware of the numbers.
I think he lost track of the time left in the play clock and probably was trying to read the defense and trying to figure out which play to run and just lost track, and it cost him.
After the delay, they're backed up even further for 3rd and long.
Watch the screen, watch the screen. Watch the screen. Check
Hey,
out.
Alpha!
51 to Mike.
Hurry, hurry!
Watch the run, watch the run.
Hey, alert, 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 alert!
Mike 51, Mike 51.
Attack!
Working out of the gun, Mayfield. He finds Beckham complete. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Patriots' 34-yard line. And taking a gander at the NFL scoreboard in Minneapolis. Early on, it's the Vikings in the driver's seat. Remember to keep an eye on the ticker, of course, at the bottom of your screen for updates on that game and others around the NFL. Here's Mayfield. That one is caught by Hunt. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down. And just in general, Charles, on a play like that, how tough is it for the defense to account for a running back essentially being a receiver downfield?
It's very difficult, especially if the running back has skills like a receiver, and you're aware of that before the game even begins. So throughout your practice sessions, you're going to want to be aware of him. Where is he lining up? What can he do? What kind of damage can he do to us downfield? And who can match up with him without weakening our overall defense? You're exactly right. It's a tough task to match up to him.
This will be play number 7 on the drive. 3rd and a yard.
Don't say nothing.
Wide, get wide.
Shit, God.
They'll run for it. Here's Chubb. And he will have a first down at about the 21-yard line. They have the first down with that gain of 4 yards.
On third down, that's a good job of situational football and understanding where the first down marker was and getting there.
Hey, we're 33.
Mayfield off the play fake. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off with great anticipation. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
This drive starts out on the ground with Michel. And he goes nowhere. He'll lose yardage back at the 17. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down. So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards. Second down, Stidham to throw. And he's taken down. Back at his own 7. Larry Ogunjobi. It'll go as a loss of about 8 as he gets in there to drop him. After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
And indeed, that's what they'll do as they run it here. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there. A nice job defensively. And it likely forces a punt situation on 4th. The punt team on now is from their end zone. They get it away. Now Landry. No score after 1 on EA Sports. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And he gets it to his running back, Nick Chubb. And that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. That'll go as a loss of 5. And it'll make this a 2nd and long.
180.
A run for Nick Chubb. And a solid run down inside the 30.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
On 3rd down, Mayfield. Oh, a ball batted in the air, and now it's intercepted. Picked off by Stephon Gilmore. And to the 12. That's where it stops. The return is halted at the 12-yard line.
You hear me laughing, partner, and I'm not laughing at the situation, but sometimes you just get yourself into a rut. It's hard to shake yourself out of it.
After the interception, here's Stidham. So they will set up shop. Excellent field position in the red zone at the 19-yard line. That interception sets them up beautifully already in the red zone.
And you can hear it all the way up here. Oski, everyone turned to block, find the spot, and now they're set up inside the red zone for their offense.
And that's going to be caught for a Browns touchdown. Antonio Callaway there to make the grab as his guys are first onto the scoreboard here this afternoon. But what a quick turnaround there. They get the football. Next play, boom, touchdown.
I've been in a situation before where a turnover occurs. If you're over on the bench with your defensive mate and you talk about what to do on your next series, and all of a sudden you hear sudden change, you've got to get out on the field and defend right away. Not everyone is mentally prepared to go.
Is that what is yelled on the sidelines a lot of times?
That, among other things.
Maybe some words we can't share here.
Yeah, we'll just keep this one PG.
FCC violation.
No doubt.
The Pats at the line, ready to go. They'll be looking to match that touchdown from a moment ago. 7-0 is the score as they begin with a first down. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And he'll get to the 29-yard line, brought down there.
Brings up 2nd and 5. the 29-yard line.
Second and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down. They'll run it. This is Michel. A pickup of about 3 yards as he's taken down at the 31.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain considering the blitz that they just had against them.
Here we go. Set. 8, read.
Go. Go.
They'll try and run for it. Here's Michel. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. Well, they only needed a small gain on third down. They end up getting over 30 yards. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for first and 10.
218, chop it. Ready, ready.
They'll run out of the gun with Michel. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
That play wasn't quite as big as the play that preceded it, but still, got to like the way they're moving the football, partner.
Absolutely. Pretty good room to run on that last play.
Yeah, they didn't get a first down, but still, you'll take runs like that each and every time, won't you?
They'll run it here. This is James White. And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1.
And this is why aggressive defense coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
New England on third down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. On the ground, this is Michel. And he's going to run into a brick wall right in the middle of the field, and I don't think he got there. Call it no gain that time, and they're going to be left looking up at a 4th and 1. And the 14-year trusty veteran able to knock it through. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So that's a 7-play drive that ultimately stalls out there at the end.
Yeah, things were a little leaky in the beginning on that drive, weren't they? But how about the front 7? As they got closer to the goal line, things stiffened a little bit, forced the field goal.
At their own 35-yard line.
The Browns drive about to get started. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a first down now.
Alert, 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 alert.
6 guys. Check 6 guys. Check. 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 Switch it, switch it.
They start on the ground with Nick Chubb. Oh, look at the strength.
No.
And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. 14 yards, and it's a Cleveland first down.
Hurry,
Go. Right here, guys. Fight.
hurry, hurry.
Focus, defense, focus.
Regular, regular, regular.
Mike 51, Mike 51.
Hey, Charlie.
Let's go. 51's the Mike. 51's the Mike.
Big time. I got you.
They go play action. Mayfield. He'll get that complete to the tight end, Harris. Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8.
And, partner, I think that was a great example that not all tight ends are created equal because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on first down.
Here we go. Chance. Hatch it. Check three. You go tight. You got tight right there.
I got.
A first carry now for Kareem Hunt. So a nice job to break the 1 tackle, but not much daylight after that as he's brought down.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading the play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
2 minutes to play in this first half. 7-3, our score. We remind you that coming up in 2 minutes, we'll again head down to visit with Jonathan Coachman in Orlando, back for another year. He'll have scores from around the NFL here on this opening weekend.
Hurry.
All right. Here we go. Let's go, B. Let's go.
Hurry.
51's the Mike. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Go, Mike.
Kings. Buzz.
Trying to collect. Right here, guys. Fight 51. Mike 51.
Mayfield from the gun on third down. He finds his target, Beckham. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. Just a 5-yard pickup, and it leads to fourth down. On fourth down, here's Jamie Gillen on to punt. The field position game, such an overlooked facet, Charles, of an NFL game. But this offense, they're going to be pinned back. What an ideal punt.
An ideal punt, and it leads to that term complementary football. Because them doing that puts their defense in a great spot, doesn't it? Gives them a chance. If they want to be aggressive, try and maybe get a safety out of this whole thing, it puts them in that position.
And some space here. And they work this out past the 25. Great way to start the drive. 20 big ones and a first down.
I know you're trying not to scoreboard watch, but you only got 3 points. You're kind of hoping that type of play there gives you some positive momentum going into the half.
Yeah, need to do something to get more than that 3 number that they have on the scoreboard right now. On the ground, Michelle. And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. Now the Patriots going to use one of their timeouts as the clock stops here with 46 seconds remaining in the first half.
The 27-yard line.
Let's go. 60 or.
Mike. Hey, defense, let's go. Pick it up, D.
Hey, echo. 5.
Now Stidham on second down. His throw incomplete.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync, only way to play good defense.
Stidham, nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. His first punt, 48 yards. This one looks equally as good. Landry now on the return. A very good return there. Give him an even 20 yards. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. The Browns drive about to get started. Less than 30 seconds to go in the half. Pretty good starting field position, all things considered. You'd think they definitely have time to get to field goal range.
Yes, and you get into the huddle or you come off the bench here and you've called multiple plays because you're going to say, this is how we're going to run them in order, guys. You don't have time for audibles. You don't have time to change anything. You're trying to get the ball in position to at least get 3. They've got a great shot to do it right here.
So they'll come up first and 10 now from the 33. From the gun, Mayfield. It's caught, Beckham. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Browns touchdown. Odell Beckham as the first half is winding down. And the Browns are going to tack on to their advantage. Extra point by Seibert up and good. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This fielded at the 2. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line just across the 25.
At their own 26-yard line.
New England with a first down as they begin the drive. Time here for likely a couple plays if they want it, but with the field position what it is, maybe better suited to just sit on this one?
I'm with you totally. I would sit on it and get into the locker room and start over. But if they do decide to try and make a play, we know what the basics are. You run draw, you run screen. I would maybe run a little swing pass and try and get my lineman out in space and see if they can chop a hole into the secondary and see if he can run a little bit.
Keeping it on the ground on first, Michelle. And some room to maneuver. And I think he's going to go. They're not going to get him. And he's in for the touchdown on the final play of the first half. The prayer is answered.
How did they get that done?
Extra point good by Gostkowski. So we've reached halftime here on opening weekend. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, we'll see if Week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. This is taken at his 4. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line.
The Browns take over first and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
The Browns drive about to get started. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the third quarter.
I like the way you term that because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies. Try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
We'll see if they do just that. And again, it's Chubb. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. 7 yards there and a first down.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball, protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on first and 10.
Check, 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 check.
Alert, 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 alert.
Chubb on the counter. And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on first down.
Brings up second and 11 at the 36-yard line.
Set, 180.
54 Mike. Watch the slant, watch the slant.
A toss play to Chubb. And the hole closes quickly there. He gets maybe a couple up to the 38.
A big part of a middle linebacker's job is being able to take on blocks and then go make plays. But the best ones, they have those big guys in front of them playing defensive line to hold blockers off of them and allow them to flow sideline to sideline and make the big hits.
180. Hey, alert 33. Hurry, hurry.
Mike 51, Mike 51. Come on, baby, come on, let's go.
Go, go. Go, let's go.
Play fake. Mayfield. It's caught by OBJ. There he goes left side. And all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland. Odell Beckham. Already his second touchdown here in this opening weekend. And the Browns are going to tack on to their advantage. Extra point by Seibert up and good. And that makes it a 21-10 game. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Pats at the line ready to go. And their halftime hold now even deeper, and they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger, but no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing and try and get back to where you were to start the half.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. An incomplete pass leads to second and 10 from the 25.
Go, go.
Second and 10 now, Stidham. It's caught. This is White. 30. Past the 20. And he's in. Touchdown, Patriots. James White, 75 yards, as his guys are back within a single score. Well, he's used to running it that distance. Here he had to catch it, too, before making the run. Heck of a play for the score.
There's not many things better for an offense than a back who is a complete guy who can run it and catch it. And we just saw him complete a big-time play for a touchdown.
The point after try for Gostkowski. And he's got it to make this a 21-17 game. Gostkowski now, after the touchdown, he'll send this one away. This is taken at his 4. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line.
The Browns take over first and 10 at their own 29-yard line.
The Browns drive about to get started. They were able to extend their lead with an opening drive touchdown here in the third quarter, but that just got matched a moment ago.
So we know that what they discussed at the half worked. Now, what are the counters to that, right? You don't just run the same things over and over. Some do, but many will also show something and then come back with something else to keep the defense off balance.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
Let's go.
Hurry!
That's me. Check 24. Check 24.
They run it again with Chubb. He'll have a first down past the 40. He's at the 40. The 20. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. Oh, they hate that. Wipes out the big play.
And I know this is the NFL, so they would. Probably fine you for this type of a penalty, but when I was in college, you used to have to do up downs for the number of yards that you cost a team in a big play.
Set. 180.
Check the out. Check the out.
Run.
Check.
They'll run with Hunt on 2nd down. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up 3rd down.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
Mayfield on 3rd and 2. And he's got his man. That's Landry. And he's got the first down as he's up to the 45-yard line. They stopped him shy of the marker, thought they were bringing up 4th down, and then that penalty.
Let's face it, they thought they had bent but could absorb that, right? Instead, they broke as a result of their own penalty.
A bad time for a roughing penalty, and they get the gift of a 1st and 10. Throwing, Mayfield. Caught left side, it's Beckham. And all the way in, touchdown, Cleveland. Odell Beckham with now 3 Week 1 touchdowns. And the Browns are going to tack on to their advantage.
And this is obviously quite a performance. And most of the time when we talk about someone putting a team on their back, I think we're talking about a guy who runs the football. In this case, it's a guy out wide catching it, and he's done exactly that, truly leading his team right now towards victory.
3 touchdown catches. He's been the headliner.
At their own 25-yard line.
New England with a 1st down as they begin the drive. I guess they have to feel a little gratified to at least get on the board last time, but still work to do.
No doubt about it. I wonder now if they're going to try to increase the urgency a little bit, maybe pump up the pace, maybe go 2 minute. Who knows? Let's see what they decide to do.
It'll be a Patriot 1st down on a pickup of 16. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Stidham sets to throw on 1st to Michelle on the screen. A nice little screen. They get 6 on 1st down.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass. Looked like it was coming together. Looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid gain.
6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4.
General West.
They'll run with Michelle. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down.
It's now 3rd and 5.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
Hey! Hey, exit. Get it.
Stidham, 3rd down from the gun. He's going to let this go for the end zone. And that will be incomplete.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually that becomes man on man, and you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
.33 yards is the distance on the punt there. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. The Browns drive about to get started. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
On 1st and 10, Mayfield. And the tip there altered the ball flight, and it falls incomplete. It'll be 2nd down.
Anytime a ball is thrown in the middle of the field, it's popped up in the air, I expect someone to catch. It doesn't matter whether it's offense or defense because there's usually a great amount of bodies in that part of the field. In this case, no one came up with it.
They run. Chubb. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Calling no gain on the run there, and now they'll be looking at a 3rd down. This defense could use a few more plays like that right now.
It certainly could, but think about it from an offense's perspective right now. They've got a lead, but they don't want to throttle down too much and stall themselves. Still want to move at a nice pace.
Hey, alert, 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 alert.
Now Mayfield. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. picked off by Jason McCourty. And he will score. Touchdown, Patriots. The defense more than did its job. Now the offense is summoned onto the field as they'll go for two. Here's Stidham. And it'll be intercepted. Good positioning, and it's picked off.
I know they didn't tack on the 2 points, but I liked their attempt. After the interception return for a touchdown, I was thinking to myself, forget kicking it, go for two, and they did.
Well, yeah, and everybody's scrambling. Maybe you catch the defense on their heels. They weren't ready to be out there.
Yeah, it's almost like a sudden change, right? There's a turnover, you take it away, they stuck it in the end zone, keep the momentum going. Give credit to the defensive guys for rallying and stopping that 2-point attempt.
The Browns drive about to get started.
Switch. Hurry.
They begin this drive with Chubb, and he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up second down. Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Now Chubb, and he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. That second down play nets a -4. So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now third and long.
Hurry. Hurry.
Tackles.
Hurry.
Mike 51. Squeeze, double. Right here, guys.
Working out of the gun, Mayfield going to look deep for Wilson, and that'll be incomplete. Well, they took their shot all right, but it comes up empty, and it's fourth down. Critical play in this football game, because if they pick up the first there, that clock keeps rolling.
Has to be a little frustrating for them because they know that if they pick up a first down there and continue to eat away at the clock, really increases their chances of closing this one out. Now they're likely going to have to give the football up and sweat it out on the sideline.
It'll be a 44-yard punt, 6 on the return, and the Patriots take over. The Pats at the line, ready to go. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Olivier Vernon. Credit him with a sack as he buries him for a loss of 10.
Well, so much for setting the tone of the drive offensively. Giving up a big sack that loses that kind of yardage, not a great start.
And the job becomes twice as difficult now. After the sack, it's 2nd and 20. On second down, they'll run with White. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of 2, now third down. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after first and second down went backwards. It's third and very long. Now it's Stidham. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. The #1 pick, Myles Garrett, coming in to drop him.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
The Browns drive about to get started. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. They toss it left side to Chubb. Defenders giving chase, but I don't think they're going to get there. And all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland. Nick Chubb, 89 yards. And the Browns are going to tack on to their advantage. Extra point by Seibert, up and good. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This fielded at the 2. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
New England with a first down as they begin the drive. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. And it's Michel once again. Call it a gain of 3, but not enough to move the sticks. It'll be third and about a foot or 2.
Well, if the coaching staff's doing a good job upstairs, they'll file away what they just saw from the defense right there. They sold out to stop that running play. I'd say keep that in mind. They want to try that again. Go play action, hit them over the top.
The offense on third down tonight, it's been a problem. Just 1 for 7 thus far. They're looking at third in the nose of the football. On the ground is Michel, and he's taken down at the 43, but not before picking up the first. Give them the third down conversion, 5 yards on the play.
Patriots, first down. First and 10 at the 43-yard line.
Ready. 90, wolf.
53, Mike, 53.
Hey, wahoo.
Check, 53's Mike. Check, 53's Mike.
Ready.
On first down, Stidham. He's got Thompson here, complete. 20, 10, and he'll take it into the end zone for a Patriot touchdown. A big play there. 57 yards as his guys are back within a single score. So that's a really big play here in the fourth quarter, and don't look now, they're right back in this game.
Did it feel to you, as it did to me, that maybe they were a little bit soft in what they were lining up with on defense? Almost like they were protecting the lead rather than trying to make a play.
And now that lead is down to just 1 score. And they've got it. They recovered it. But hang on now, though. There's a penalty flag down. So they touched it before it went 10, and that's obviously not going to help their comeback bid here in the fourth.
No, not at all, and they're trying to get something going after one there, but you've got to give yourself a chance. Let it go 10 before you touch it.
Just week 1, but already plenty of intrigue with the games going on, and this one no different as we come up on a first and 10. Mayfield hands it off to Chubb. Still on his feet. And he's going to get this down near the 30-yard line. That good for 19 and a first down. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up first and 10. On the ground, it's Chubb. And down inside the 15 he goes. A good pickup there for the Browns, 15 yards. Well, that looked like an example of what you said back in the first half. A running back of his size can really wear down a defense. I think he's starting to do that.
I think you're exactly right. And know what else he's doing? He's inspiring the rest of his team because they see this starting to happen as well. So that means they're going to redouble their efforts to help him out. Extra blocking, getting downfield, helping him out.
So the Browns in possession of the football here as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Mayfield on first down. And this is caught. And that could seal it. It's a touchdown. Still an important piece of business to take care of, the extra point. And this one gives his guys a 12-point lead. is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This is taken at his 4. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. The Pats at the line, ready to go. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
23 yards on the pickup there and a first. Off the play fake, here's Stidham. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. Well, your QB's been sacked 4 times in the game already, and they're the holding call.
And you know darn well the offensive line coach is frustrated and upset that he's been hit that many times already. He doesn't really care that they hold now. Just don't let him get hit anymore.
So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20. Stidham from the shotgun. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
They went with a dime look on defense. 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
So they'll come up after the incompletion for 2nd down. Now Michelle. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. Calling a loss of 2 on the play. And they're going to face an uphill battle here on 3rd and long. He's going to let it fly. And that'll wind up incomplete. Bold play call there. Now it's 4th down. Fair to say the secondary play, whichever side you're on, hasn't really been a glowing exhibition so far, but a nice job there to prevent a long completion.
I agree with you, but at some point, someone had to make a play and try and stop this exhibition of almost speed racing that we've been watching, huh?
Yeah, it has been quarterback and receiver dominated. And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out. Stidham eluding the pressure right. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And he knocks the ball away and it falls incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And defensively, that might just seal a Week 1 victory. On 1st down, they'll run with Chubb. And an alley to run. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. That'll move the sticks for the Browns, a gain of 12.
Something to watch here in Week 1 of the season, tackling. Because you and I both know that in the preseason, a lot of these guys don't play a whole lot. Plus, the intensity and the speed really ratchets up on opening week.
They run again on 1st down, Chubb. And this will leave them a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down.
Taken down at the 14-yard line. A gain of 9 brings up 2nd and 1 at the Patriots' 14-yard line.
So Cleveland able to come away with the victory here. And with that, our journey begins, Charles. Week 1 in the books. Going to be a great season.
Oh, man, so much to look forward to. Isn't it nice to get a really good game right out of the gate? Preseason behind us. All these games count now, don't they?
Yeah, this is the exciting time with just 1 week gone and plenty of weeks to come. So for the Browns, not much to complain about here. They come in and steal a victory in a tough place to play on a Sunday night. And they'll get another road test next week as they head to Jacksonville to take on the Jaguars. Meanwhile, for the Patriots, they go down to defeat here in the opener. And they'll try again next week at home against New England. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew here at EA Sports, I'm Brandon Gaudin saying so long, everybody.